What's up guys, Cut Protagonist here and welcome back to another episode on how to upgrade. Today we'll be upgrading the Go Paladin G-Sat deck, Knight of the Sun. I'm sure with the G-Sat deck release, many of you guys have been waiting to pick up Go Paladins, and this is the perfect way to start up playing Go Paladins. Alright. However, most of you guys have been asking me, Cut Protagonist, should I get one trial deck or two trial deck? Definitely get two, because to be honest, one trial deck is definitely incomplete. They only give you 2 copies of Gurguit and that is not enough to complete a full Gurguit deck. And now, for the first part of the video, I'll be teaching you how you can just basically combine 2 trial decks without extra cards and make a decent deck that you can play with. For the second part of the video, I'll be going through the additional cards you can get from booster packs and add them into your deck and how you can make the deck much better and run much smoother, at least semi-competitive. If you're on a competitive level, it will be have to wait to GBD7, which I will be making another deck profile. But for now, if you can't wait to start playing the game, be sure to follow this guide and like this video, of course. Alright, so let us get on to the deck modification. Alright, the basic structure of the deck is, of course, the start deck, which is really good because they give you most of the stuff you need to complete the deck. Alright, let's go on to grade 3s. First, 2 copies of Gurgits. Obviously, we have to play 4 copies, so from the next pile of the deck, get 2 copies of Gurgit and add them to your deck. So that'll be 4 Gurgits. Next up, we want a secondary grade 3, and it's all up to you, it's up to player preference, but for me, I'm just going to use Divinity Dragon because it has the Unite skill, and it's a pretty awesome 14k beat stick if at the rearguard circle, so yeah, huge numbers, and I like the design of it. So for Divinity Spear Dragons, you could use Cross Lion if you want to, but it's all up to player preference. There's no good, no bad. If you want to mix everything up, you can even play Easel if you want. So yeah, it all depends on what cards you want to add. Alright, next is, we're going to go to grade 2s. For the grade 2s, we're going to play 4 copies of the chart of Unite skill. Alright, since we won't be adding the new stuff in, we will be doing basic modifications. So I'm going to play 4 of the Unite guy, because he has the Unite keyword which will help in much of our formation of the deck. Since some of the cards in the deck require us to have a Unite skill to activate. So 4 copies of the Unite guy. And definitely 4 copies of this guy. His ability is when he attack hits, he can counter blast 1 and super call the top 3 cards from the deck by sacrificing him. So it's fine. Play 4 copies of him. It's a good card to pressurize opponents. So very nice. Next for grade, the last 3 grade 2s we play is, you could pretty much use a mixture. You could use the Interceptor if you want to, but for me, I'm just gonna go for basic balance. So I'm just gonna use 3 of the 10k vanillas. It won't really affect much, but yeah, that's just a basic gameplay. All right, let's go on grade 1s. Grade 1s is pretty standard. We want to play 4 Stride Helpers to search out Gurguit and to use for Stride. 4 copies. 4 copies of Perfect Guards. The best part of it, they gave us the most beautiful Perfect Guard, which is Candice. Very nice looking, very cute. So 4 Candice Perfect Guards. Oh, sweet Candice. Alright, the next part is the tricky part, because you have to decide whether you want to use a doggy or you want to use more vanillas. Alright, let's first go on to the guy which boosts the charge units. So we'll be using 4 of him as well. It's all up to you. As long as you play 4 Strike Helpers and 4 Perfect Guards, you can play whatever the hell you want. So yeah, it's all up to player preference. 4 copies of this guy. When this guy boosts a charge unit, it gains plus 2k, so it's a 9k boost. Behind him, it is a magic number of 15k guard, so very good. Alright, so you got to decide. For the last 2 cards, you want to use the doggy or the vanilla. But in this case, since I'm going to just be making a guide, I'm just going to use both of them because I feel like it. You can use 2 or 2. You could use both 8Ks, or you can use both doggies. So up to you. Alright, for trigger lineups, pretty standard. We're going to go for 8 crit 4 draws. So Flame of Victory. It is an ammo, used to be. 2 Flame of Victories, 2 more crits. Damn, sorry, it's getting messy. And 4 draws. And 4 heals. Right. There, we have a basic aggressive deck lineup. So, triggers one side. And finally, the starter we have is this guy. He works well in the deck. So, if you want to play Messenger Spring Breeze, it's fine. But I prefer this guy because he doesn't need a Counter Blast. Since Spring Breeze need 1 Counter Blast and need the attack hit, which your opponent always gets. So yeah, the starter right here. Alright, for the G-Force, for each start that you buy, you're given 2 Breath Ray Dragons and 1 Ghost Scourge. So what I recommend is definitely just add what you're just use what you're given. Sorry. So yeah. So what we have here is 2 copies of Scourge Point and 4 copies of Go Breath. So we're gonna put this here. Go Breath and Scourge Points. Alright, so the deck should look like this. You're gonna have 4 copies of Gurguit for sure, 4 of any grade 3s you want, and the following lineup. I already explained most of them. Alright, now let's get on to the part where you upgrade the deck further. So you have more funds, you finally have more money, more pocket money to get more cards, or you happen to pull some cards from the sets. Alright, these cards are mostly from GBD3. These are from GBD3, if you can see right here. And as well as this guy, you definitely want to play him because he gives you additional defensive option. And if you're a luck sack, you can actually pull off a perfect guard from this guy's skill. Slimy. Alright, what Slimy does is, when this card's on the Rearguard circle and you control 3 or more other Go Paladin Rearguards, you may during your guard step you can send her to the drop zone and look at the top 3 cards of the deck and superior call one of those cards into your Guardian circle. So you happen to call a perfect guard, you can just discard one and perfect guard that card. So it's freaking amazing and it saves lives. It saved me many times. So I'm definitely gonna play her. And it's great because you want to get rid of her so the next turn you can use Gurgit's skill to refill your field again. So in a way, she's actually a +1 when you activate her skill. Next is 4 copies of this guy. Basically, when he is boosted, you can counter blast 1, and if you do, look at top 3 cards of the deck, and superior call 1 of those units, and shuffle the rest back into your deck. The reason why is because at the cost of 1 counter blast, you can tutor out 1 unit. It's really, really good. And yeah, this deck is kind of vanilla other than power gains, so I recommend you get some superior calling. And 2 copies of Scourge Point. You could use any other units if you want, but however, I find a Scourge Point really an MVP of this deck. It helps your deck push so hard that your opponent won't be able to take it. Scourge Point is from Fighters Collection 2015, so yeah, it's not really hard to get. It's actually quite cheap. It's like, yeah, at most maybe now it could be 4 a piece, I guess. I don't know. It's up to your local price. So yeah. Alright, to add in this guy, I will be removing the vanilla unit for sure because it is vanilla, and 1 copy, most likely this guy, the Unite guy. Yeah, because I want to be super calling for days and add power. This guy works very well with Scourge Point because the unit you call with Scourge Point will gain an additional 5k power. So yeah, great card. Alright, for Slimy, what I'm going to remove is most likely these 2, the vanilla units and the Dogi. And maybe 2 copies of this guy because I reduced the number of Unite in the deck. So yeah, and being a 9k booster is good and all, but if you don't have the purple card behind, it's just a vanilla 7k. So I'm going to put in 4 Slimies because Slimy is a lifesaver. And finally, just play 4 Scourge Points. You could play Campbell, which allows you to super call when you attack hit. It's all up to you. My Campbells, I actually sold my Campbells with my Liberator deck already, so I only left with Scourge Point, which is good. I'll use 4 Scourge Point for sure. Or you could remove these, but since this is a budget deck profile, you just use what I've shown. So I hope you guys enjoyed my video on how to upgrade the Go Paladin start deck. If you like my videos, be sure to add me on Facebook and subscribe to my channel for more deck profiles and product reviews. Peace out and love you guys. Rawr.